So me and Sam have been out on the river this morning and it was absolutely lashing it down this morning. To be fair, the conditions for actually catching perch were quite good. But we've been out, we've found a few fish on the live sonar and Sam managed a few good ones this morning. There's probably a little feeding spell that we probably caught the tail end of because we were out a bit later than normal. The fish were still there, but they just stopped feeding. They just closed their mouths and wouldn't feed. So we tried to catch a few still. We put loads of different tactics through them, drop shotting, and in the end, drop shotting little creature baits was the way forward. The little Strike King creature baits, just on a drop shot and just hardly any movement, just dropping it on fish and just keeping it there. And I ended up having a couple of nice ones as well. So it was a good morning. We learnt lots because when you can see fish there and they're not eating lures, you can learn a lot. And these little things were brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Sam caught some fish on the swing ball this morning, which again was just very slowly jigged on the bottom. We're fishing around sort of 10 foot of water at that point, and yeah, it was just a case of jigging them slowly on the bottom. They didn't want reaction baits. We tried jigs, a bit faster retrieves, we tried hard baits, tried chatter baits, nothing like that was working. They really wanted it slow and proper still, to be honest. So it was a good learning curve for us, and we found another spot now with some fish in it, so we're going to have another little play and see if we can't catch a few more for the camera.
On the floating creatures again. The swing ball just hopped slowly across the bottom on the Texas rig. Look at that. Look at the colours on that perch. Let's get him back. He's gonna... Amazing. Another one incoming. Look, right on the bottom. He's got a little leech on him. Look. Just hugging that bottom, hopping the bait very slowly, but look at that. What a minter.
Just got a little Strike King Ned bug there on a size 4 drop shot hook. Quite heavyweight because I want to keep it still, so that's like 10 grams. I want to keep it nice and still. And we just spotted some fish down there right now. Look, they're literally underneath the boat. Just about here, so I'm going to put that down. Not quite in the beam. Give it a little, let it settle. Brilliant, look at that. Just saw him on the live scope, there's about 3 or 4 fish down there. And just dropped that drop shot creature bait right on top of him and felt a bang literally as soon as it hit the bottom. Absolutely awesome. Look at that. Stunning fish. Ooh. There it is. Lure's fallen off. And there we go. Absolutely stunning perch. Here's some fish. Just keep it quite still. The odd little twitch. I've just had one of his mates out doing this, so they might not be very obliging. No, that flow is so strong that we're only in like 6-7 foot of water, but there's loads of fish down there now though. See all the way down that ledge, they're just lined up. But it's been really tricky, they're not really wanting to feed, it's just been a case of dropping a bait on their head, hoping they just... Oh, I thought he was going to go for that, but...
Ooh, I saw that tip go there.
Yeah, I missed that bite. Let's try that again. They're still there. So I'm just going to get that in the beam, put the line, let it go down, cut that line. Hope. Right, let's try again. The fish I just caught took it on the drop, so, or took it not on the drop, but as it touched the bottom. So, right in front of one. I'm actually, instead of closing the bail arm, I'm actually just stopping the line with my finger. That way I can just feather it down to where I want it and just stop it and just feel that line straight away, because the last few hit it literally as soon as it kissed the bottom. Keep it low, mate. All got really lovely fish on again. So just as we said that, I had one more chuck for him, dropped it down, felt it with my finger, felt that braid just plink, and then, yeah, there you go, look at that. On the drop shot. Little creature bait hanging out the corner of its mouth.
Look at the colours on that.
Beautiful fish. Absolutely stunning fish. Like I said, they're starting to get a little bit plump now before winter. God, he's absolutely nailed that, to be fair. Angry little perch that didn't really want to feed, but with a little bit of a tactical change, you can just ring the changes and get one or two of them to have a little mouthful of food. Stunning. So the rod I was using this morning is probably worth mentioning, because in the circumstances that we were fishing in, I think it was actually perfect. It's the Prism X drop shot rod, and it's got a very soft tip in it and sensitive tip, and I think those fish were very wary, and they were literally just coming up to the bait and just mouthing it, just nosing it and mouthing it. And if I'd had a stiff tip on, I believe they'd have felt that stiff tip and obviously, you know, noticed it and spat the bait out. But because it was so soft, they were just inhaling it, and I was able to feel it through the braid and then set the hook, and it was just working absolutely perfect. So obviously any rod can be used for drop shotting, but this is a dedicated drop shot rod. It's a specialist tool, and I've got to admit, I'd highly recommend one now. After seeing those fish feed like that, how sensitive they can be and how delicate they can be, I'd definitely recommend a dedicated drop shot. And the Prism X rod is just the perfect price point as well. It's a perfect balance between quality and price. Absolutely awesome little rod that I probably might be keeping. There we go. Just found didn't actually see any fish on the sonar, to be fair. Just casting around that little drop shot again with the creature bait, and beautiful little perch has just nailed it. There it is, look. Plump little perch, stunning. Just nicked in the corner there, that little striking Ned bug. And go. Oh no, not yet. Beautiful. Let's let it go. There we go. So I think we'll stop here and drill it a bit more, see if we can find where that was, up somewhere underneath this branch overhanging here, and see if we can't catch a few more. We saw some bait fish getting hit around here, and it's one of two things: it's either pike or it's a shoal of perch that push them up from below, push them to the surface, and then they just take off the small ones. And we've had a couple of casts and had a few small perch. We're hoping there's some bigger ones about, but it just goes to show, keep your eyes open on these rivers. You know, like I said, we've got lots of electronics on here today. You don't necessarily always need them. You know, something as simple as keeping your head up, looking around, can mean you can find fish. I can see now they're actually moved to my right hand side. They're topping over here now, so that suggests that the perch have shifted them over there, and that's where we'll probably move to and fish now. But like I said, it's just watercraft. You know, we've got some dikes here. The tide's gone down. The fish are more likely to come out of there because it's low, and the perch are here waiting for them. You know, it's sort of a classic ambush point. So
bit of casting, mate.
Yeah, get casting and try and catch some more.
So where are they gone to that side?
Over here, you can see them all hitting.
Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
So I've just put a little bait fish imitation on now, just a little slick finesse, just to try and replicate what they're chasing. And we'll see if we get any bites. So as quickly as that little feeding spell started, it ended. We had a couple of small perch off it, but the fish scattered and dispersed into the river, and that's the end of that. It's absolutely lashing it down now, so I think we're going to call it a day, go back to the yard and get a nice hot coffee and dry off a little bit. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you soon.